今天是我第16天英语口语的提升，感觉时间过得好快呀，已经过去了半个多月了。然后其实我不太知道我的这个英语口语提升的究竟怎么样。明天我会做一个复盘。那让我们开始今天的学习吧。
You know what? I think you should just go for it. I mean, what have you got to lose? You've got plenty of experience, and nobody is more passionate about this kind of work than you. Just because you don't have a degree shouldn't make a difference. I mean, you've been doing this for real, for so much longer than anyone who just come out of university. Besides, what's the worst thing that can happen? Might turn you down, but who cares? It's not like you really need this job. But imagine if you get it. Living on an island, going for a swim every morning before work, eating fresh food and seafood every day. I think you just go for it. Then I can come and visit you. What if I help you?
And copy.
Listen and copy.
This weekend, I'm really looking forward to it actually.
I'm really looking forward to it actually.
I've got my sister visiting from overseas, so I'm going to be playing tour guide for a few days.
I'm going to be playing tour guide for a few days.
And Saturday is looking pretty good weather-wise.
And Saturday is looking pretty good weather-wise.
So we might go somewhere for breakfast? Bib and Tucker's my go-to whenever I have people staying.
Bib Tucker is my go-to whenever I have people staying. Bib Tucker.
Have you been there?
Have you been there?
This weekend, I'm really looking forward to it actually. I've got my sister visiting from overseas, so I'm going to be playing tour guide for a few days.
And Saturday looking pretty good weather-wise.
So we
might go somewhere for breakfast.
Bib and
Tucker is my go-to whenever I have people staying. Have you been there?
Everything there is
I've seen there is amazing, and the view over the ocean is to die for.
So I think we
might stay there since it's going to be nice. And then do a bit of, maybe we'll stop for lunch at the Botanic Gardens. It's so beautiful there at this time of year. And often have free concert actually, so that could be pretty cool.
And then on Sunday,
I think I'll take her to the National Gallery, and we'll probably wander around the market for a while. Actually, my friend playing in a band, and she offered us free tickets, so we'll probably check that out too, as long as we're not. Thank you very much. Tonight, more than 200 years after formal colony won the right to determine its own destiny, the task of perfecting a union moves forward. It moves forward because of you. It moves forward because you reaffirms the triumph over war and depression. The spirit that has lifted this country from depths of despair to the heights of hope. The belief that each of us will pursue our own individual dreams, and we are an American family. We rise or fall together as one nation and as one people. Tonight, you, the American people, reminded us that our road has been hard, while our journey has been long. We have picked ourselves up. We have fought our way back. And we know in our hearts that for the United States of America, the best is yet to come. I want to thank every American who participated in this election. Whether you voted for the very first time or waited in line for a very long time, by the way, we have to fix that. Whether you pounded the pavement or picked up the phone, whether you had an Obama sign or a Romney sign, you made your voice heard, and you made a difference. I was just spoken to Governor Romney, and I congratulate him with Paul Ryan, our hard-fought campaign. We may have battled fiercely, but it's only because we love this country deeply, and we care so much about its future. From George to Leonard to their son Matt,
The Romney family has chosen to American through public service, and this is a legacy that we honor and applaud tonight. If weeks ahead, I also look forward to sitting down with Governor Romney to talk about where we can work together to move this country forward. I want to thank my friend and partner of the last 4 years, the American's happy warrior, the best vice president anybody could ever hope for, Joe Biden. And I wouldn't be the man I am today without the woman who agreed to marry me 20 years ago. Let me say this publicly. Michelle, I have never loved you more. I have never been proud of to watch the rest of America fall in love with you too as our nation's First Lady. Sasha and Malia, before our very eyes, you are growing up to become two strong, smart young women just like your mom. I'm so proud of you guys, but I will say that for now, one dog's probably enough. To the campaign team and volunteers, in the history of politics, the best ever. Some of you were new this time around, and some of you has been at my side since the very beginning. But all of you are family, no matter what you do or where you go from here. You carry the memory of the history we made together, and you will have the lifelong appreciation of a grateful president. Thank you for believing all the way to every hill, to every valley. You lifted me up the whole way, and I will always be grateful for everything that you've done and all the incredible work that you put in. I know that political campaigns can sometimes seem small, even silly, and that provides plenty of fodder for cynics who tell us that politics is nothing more than a contest of ego, or the domain of special interests. But if you ever get a chance to talk to the folks who turns out at our rallies and crowded along in a ropeline in a high school gym, or see the folks working late in the campaign office at some tiny county far away from home, you will discover something else. You hear the determination in the voice of a young field organizer who's working his way through colleagues and wants to make sure every child that has that same opportunity. You hear the pride in the voice of a volunteer going door to door because her brother was finally hired when the local auto plant and added another shift. You hear the deep patriotism in the voice of a military spouse who's working at phone late at night to make sure that no one who fights for this country ever fights for a job or roof over their head when they come home. That's why we do this. That's what politics can be. That's elections matter. It's not small, it's big, it's important. Democracy in a nation with more than 300 million can be noisy and messy and complicated. We have our own beliefs. Each of us has held deep beliefs. And when we go through tough times, when we make big decisions as a country, it necessarily stirs passions, stirs up controversy. That won't change after tonight, and it shouldn't. And we should never forget that as we speak, people in distant nations are risking their lives right now, and just for a chance to argue the issues that matter, to have a chance to cast the blues just like we did today. I believe in a generous America, in a compassionate America, in a tolerant America, open to the dream of an immigrant's daughter who studies in our school and pledged to our flag. the young boy on the south side of California who sees life beyond the nearest street corner, to the furniture worker's child in the North Carolina who wants to become a doctor or scientist, an engineer or entrepreneur, a diplomat or even a president. That's what we hope for. That's a vision we share. That's where we need to go forward. That's where we need to go. But now we will disagree. Sometimes it's fiercely about how to get there. As it for more than 2 centuries, the progress will come in fits and starts. It's not always a straight line. It's not always a smooth path. And by itself, the recognition that our common hopes and dreams won't end all the gridlock. Resolve our problems and substitutes for the painstaking working of building consensus and making the difficult promises that needed to move this country forward. But the bound is there where we must begin. Our economy is recovering. A decade war is ending. A long campaign is not over. And whether I earned your vote or not, I have heard from you, I have learned from you, and you've made me a better president. And with your stories and your struggles, after I returned to the White House, I'm more determined and more inspired than ever about the work there is to do and the future that lies ahead.
我已经完成了今天所有的口语练习，然后 imitation 的话，我是跟着那个老师读了几遍。那个 speech 的话，我是把之前Part 1、Part 2、Part 3的全部背了2遍，然后我大概用了将近2个小时的时间。我发现，其实我每天做的这些计划，我的时间计划是1个小时，但是其实我要完成这些计划的话，我要用2个小时甚至更久的时间，所以会导致我的任务完成度不是特别的高。我在想，可能我接下来要更改一下我的这个时间还有计划。OK， 今天就这样吧，拜拜 ，Good night。